maybe we'll. I'm pretty sure. I didn't even send that to you. Yeah,
Welcome, everyone, back to the New Orleans Jazz Museum here and in the virtual world joining us for tonight's stream. I am honored that you've been with us for this series, Prime Examples of Excellence in Music, curated by the one and only Jessie McBride here with us tonight. We have an amazing final performance of the series here for you all, and I've just loved every minute of this, working with these musicians and really working with Jessie, the first time on our project together, but hopefully many more in the future. So I just want to I want to make a shout out to the sponsor of tonight's program, the Jazz National Historical Park, for their dedication to helping sponsor everything for us, sponsor these musicians. A longtime sponsor of other concerts in the series, the Musicians Council on Fair Wages, representatives from them here with us tonight. I don't want to hold us up too much longer. I will pass it over to Jessie, who will tell you what's so special about tonight's show, what we are honoring, and let him take it from here. Enjoy.
Woo! Thank you, Caitlin. So appreciate doing this series here. It's the first time I think I've done a series anywhere. And we're definitely ready to give you a little taste of All for One Records. AFO Records was started by the great Harold Battiste and Melvin Lasty in 1961. First black-owned record label that's on record as far as I've been able to discover. And when Bat did it in 61, the funniest thing was they went down to the courthouse to get the paperwork, and the guy was saying, okay, yeah, you boys want to do a record company store. And he's like, no, just a record company. Yeah, we know, you boys trying to do some record. You want to sell some records at a record store. It's like, no, we're trying to create a recording company. So it took them a while to convince them, but they finally got the paperwork right. And AFO was started in 1961. I'll tell a little bit more as we go along, but I'm going to start with some music as Mr. Allen loosens up over there. Thank you. This towel was killing me. Swinging at the Haven. So, Swinging at the Haven. It was a composition written by my teacher and great mentor, Ellis Marcellus. And the Haven was a club that he opened in his father's hotel. His father's hotel was basically where all of the black artists or black people that were coming into town, the Marcellus Mansion, where they could stay. Because during that time, of course, there was horrendous segregation in this country. And he told me, he's like, well, so the club lasted about 2 weeks. And I was like, 2 weeks? Like, really? I was like, oh, how many other jazz clubs have you seen a jazz musician open? And I said, touche. So, but this tune was written in commemoration, and they also did a live recording there. So, and it came out on All for One Records. And I'll just try to connect as many of these things as possible over this this gig, but also get you some music as well. You heard John Michael. You heard Emily Maxwell. You heard Zaria Sims. Yes. You heard Young Fat Sound. Arnold Little III. They did improvising. I'll introduce everybody else when they get their improvisation on, which will probably be this tune. I'm not sure what it is yet, but I'll tell you what it is after we play it. Yes. you very much. I'm so glad y'all are here to hear these young cats, and especially while they're young, because then you'll remember them in time. Like, oh man, I remember when they was, playing at the U.S. Mint in New Orleans. We'll be all over the world and hopefully playing some of this, beautiful New Orleans native music. That was Little Boy Man. That was written by the great New Orleans drummer, trumpet player, and piano player, James Black. Just a mountain of a musician. And he is on Classic Ellis Marcellus. Classic Ellis Marcellus is a recording, I want to say from 64 or 65. I have to look that up again. And it features Ellis Marcellus, James Black. I think the bass player on that is Muscle Swanson and Nathaniel Perliant. And that's one of the classic AFO recordings. I'm going to continue. Not sure with what. That's it. It's over. Name of that tune is Nevermore, written by the great Harold Battiste. Everybody's improvised at this point, so who did I miss? Did I introduce Kirsten Theodore on the alto saxophone? Did I introduce Fumi? Fumi Nimitz on the baritone. Did I introduce our great bassist, Amina Michelle? That's for your mom. You know. You know. Did I introduce Mr. Jarrell Allen on the drums? So, I've been talking about AFO, but you know, I forgot my normal format when I do this. I usually like to talk with you because I don't know y'all. So, you have any questions for me or any member of the band before we continue? Raise your hands all at once, children. No questions. That's terrible. Somebody has a question. Yes.
How is it that you know all these artists?
Oh, John Michael. I met him when he was about 9 years old, and I won't tell his age. He can tell his age. He ain't 9 is all I got to say. I did not meet Emily at 9, but I believe Emily, when she moved to town, came to Prime. Is that where I met you at Prime? Yeah. Kirsten, I think I saw her first at a Nojo show. I believe you were featured. I'm not sure the music that y'all were playing, but that was the first time that I think I met your mom. Not the first time I met her, but the first time I knew that that was your mom. There we go. That's what I think that was. Because her mom looks like her, and you would never believe it. They look like sisters. On the guitar, Young Fat Sound here. He's Young Fat Sound because his dad is now Old Fat Sound because we're the same age. And Arnold Little the third. I think I probably met you when you were a little boy, probably 1 or 2. Met you, but when I began to really hear him as a young musician was probably maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And me and his dad would periodically he was like, "Look, bro, my son gonna be cold." That's what he would just tell me. My son gonna be cold. So I said, okay. And yes, he is. He cold as ice. Fumi, where did we meet? Yeah, okay, so when her little brother, who is not little, was at Melvin's, he's a young man, but he definitely looks like a grown man. Melvin, this was at Mr. Dejan's school, right? Which school? Morial in the East. And I was doing a clinic. That time I was with the Ellis Marcellus Center. I was artist in residence there. And we brought a group of cats into the school to perform, but also have the youngsters with us as well, perform with us and just talk and all of that there. Okay, so that's Fumi. Zaria. Now, Zaria's interesting because I want to say the cats told me about Zaria. So I think I met you on the gig. Yeah. And I said, oh, yeah, you got the gig. So that's how that went with Zaria. Mr. Allen, definitely the same thing like Young Fat Sound. Met him when he was a little boy, but really got reintroduced on a gig hilariously with Delphio. I looked at him and I said, I know you. And he said, yeah, you know my dad. And he's so nonchalant about everything. His dad's a great musician as well, Mr. Shamar Allen. But I really enjoyed that gig so much. I said, oh man, I gotta start shedding with this cat. Because that's when they know they stuck with me. I'm just like, by the way, we gotta go shed. Now, they don't really know what that is until we get there. And sometimes they get a little mad at me, but it's okay. Amina Michelle. Now, this is a story I love to tell. I was playing a gig on this street out here, Decatur, and it wasn't the best of gigs, is all I'll say. And in the distance, I heard some bass. I heard some thumping, and I said, "Oh, I wonder who that is. I need a." Always, everybody wants a good bass player, and I walked down there, and it's a young lady, and I said, "Damn, what is your name, young lady?" She says, "Amina," and I said, "Yes, I must have your information." And we shared. No, we didn't really share that first summer. We just kind of hung out. We did share. Okay. I don't remember everything. Since what happens when you get old. Okay. Hope it. Yeah. So there was some shared, and yeah, that's how I know everybody. Good thing I don't have a big band. That would have taken 10 minutes. Any other questions before we play another two? Nobody. Okay. Well, hope you enjoy this one. You know, I would say this front line, and Amina and Jarrell have been working on some music for a little while, but this was, we ain't really been working on this music. And, you know, I'm so glad I did it because a few cats did not know what AFO records were. And I was like, man, I'm failing out here. Because it's so near and dear to me, I was like, man, I haven't really been playing enough of this era of music and of my mentors. And it was just sad and crazy. I mean, it's just part of life. It's, you know, they're just passed on now. Harold Battiste is gone. Ellis is gone. Clyde Kerr is gone. Alvin Battiste is gone. So we just have to continue to, you know, have them a part of the legacy of New Orleans music, because that's, you know, what Harold in his last, you know, big project was to do the Silver Book. And it's a compilation of, it says, Modern Jazz Masters of New Orleans, because a lot of the first 50 years, as he says, of the music is celebrated in New Orleans, 1900, 1950, the traditional side of the music. But from 1950 to the present, for what they were calling jazz at the time, definitely has not been celebrated or supported. So that's what's so monumental about doing this at the Mint. It gives us a platform, and with you guys' support, and of course everybody else in the community support, to help this music have life, you know, breathe into it. So just want to thank y'all for coming out and just being a part of this. That last tune was me and Willie T. And Harold wrote that, and that's about Wilson Turpinton. Some of you may know who Willie T was here. Just a phenomenal pianist, a great arranger. He was not a musician that knew anything about lines and spaces and staff and nothing like that, but he played his ass off all the time. And organ, keys, singing, hell of a vocalist. And Harold wrote that because that's what Willie T and him felt like playing together. So yeah. We're gonna do some blues because Harold loved the blues, and AFO has a lot of blueses on it. We're not gonna play one from that catalog, but we'll just play one that we all know. How about that? Cool. Oh, I'm sorry. Do we have any questions? I don't want to leave before. Okay, cool. Yep. John Michael Bradford, y'all. He's famous. He's got to go to another gig. No, I do too, and so does Amina, and so does Jarrell, and so does Young Fat. I'm not sure who else has to go to a gig. Okay, everybody isn't as famous as Young John. At 9 years old, I gave him a nickname, King Fame, and it has stuck. And I didn't know he was going to be famous, but, you know, I said, boy, you know, you're going to be the king of fame. And boy, what did I start? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can't thank you enough. Can't thank all the staff here at the Mint for having us and taking the time and always, supporting us with our sound and all of these things. I want to thank Christian Bold, who would probably be normally in this band. Maybe I just didn't ask him. Oh my God. Anyway, that's an omission. No, I love him. He knows I love him to death. Because I was talking, me and him were just talking, and he said, "Man, maybe I can talk to Caitlin, and maybe we can figure out something." And then, in talking with Caitlin, me and Dorian and Caitlin came up with this incredible presentation of what Prime Examples of Excellence is. Prime Example was a club that my group played in, and unfortunately was one of the casualties of COVID. It closed down and did not reopen. So, usually the owner of it, Julius Kimbrough, is here at all the shows. I don't think at the IDA we got discombobulated with time and everything and dates, but it's just great to have him here and great for you all to hear what these young cats have offered you musically. So I want to thank you for coming out, and I want you to once again show your appreciation for all of these amazing young musicians. That's going to do it for us, and thank you again. Thank you, Mint. Hope to see everybody soon. Can't wait to play here again. Thank you.